Hello, welcome back. I'm Alan. This is Alan Reacts, my little corner of YouTube. This is your first time visiting. It's reviews, reactions, analysis, looking back, continuing forward, what I call my musical journey. Bugs versus Windshield, my friend. We got talking about Blue Oyster Cult, and I said, okay, cool. Lovely conversation. Would you like a song? I could put it at the list. He came back with this. I was like, okay. And I did say I know this song really well, and there's a really sort of a good reason why I like it, and we'll get into that. But we'll get into the song, we'll talk about it, who wrote it, all those little different things, nuance, what part of the sound, all those different things. And I'll share it, and hopefully you guys will comment, and if you comment, hopefully you'll join in. But let's get on the song. It's Lou Rawls, You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine. Although most people would just say abbreviated, so you'll never find another love, or you'll never find. That's how I always remember it. But here we go. Official audio from his channel, so let's do some housekeeping. Go get yourselves and have a look at it, listen to some other songs, listen to the song in full, give it some love. Here we go.
Never find, as long as you live, someone who loves you tender like I do.
So he's just, that opening was beautiful, right? And this goes back to the Philly sound, and we'll talk about the songwriters and the impact they had on that whole crossover, which is kind of that crossover from Motown to, there was a bridge that was created, Motown to soul, and that then evolved into what you'd call R&B. I mean, it's fairly educated, but that's a reasonable assumption. I think that's reasonably well agreed, don't you think, guys? But those guys had some hits, the guys that wrote this, and where his background is. So he served in the military as a paratrooper, born in Chicago in 1933, sadly passed away in 2006. But just listen to that voice, it's so rich, so rich. Let's pull it back just a touch and we'll have a good listen.
Tender like I do, you'll never find, no matter where you search, someone who cares about you the way I do. Oh, I'm not bragging on myself, baby, but I'm the one who loves you, and there's no one else, no one else. You'll never find, it'll take the end of all time.
The song is beautiful, but it's easy to work out. But here's a guy who'd sung in a gospel choir when he was a teenager with Sam Cooke, went away to the military, came back, released 60 gospel albums, sold over 40 million records worldwide, into the Hall of Fame, and just, he had a 4-octave range voice, but the song's just beautiful. And why do I like it? Why is it attached to me? Well, it kind of goes back to my dad, really. My dad was, as all dads are, anomalies, and they're important. But he had this, what I thought was a straightforward taste in music. He was before the Beatles, so he was kind of like, yeah, whatever, the Beatles. He was more of a Sinatra, he was more of that big band sound. But then all of a sudden his record collection, which he had a little record collection, or at least he would talk about the records he liked, would have Matt Monroe and Lou Rawls in it. And I didn't. I was brought up listening to this, Lou Rawls and Matt Monroe, and Judy Garland and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and the London Philharmonic Orchestra, and then he liked Johnny Hates Jazz, bless him. But this song always stuck me, released in 1976, I was 11, and Pearl's a singer, and it was Candy Staton, he liked her as well. But he kind of bypassed the whole 60s. He didn't, the Beach Boys night, he wasn't bothered. Yeah, so he went straight from that to sort of R&B and soul, which is kind of cool. And this is that. It's that early iteration of it all. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sadly, he passed away, like I said, in 2006. But he did the telethons, which raised over 200 millions for black colleges. I may have that wrong about the black colleges. I think it was something like that, a foundation. I do a little bit of research, guys, before I get into it, or I remind myself, or I'm not sure, I check on something. You know, whispers, I try and verify it, or at least make sure I'm not flat out just making this stuff up. Yeah, so it's just that 4-inch voice, that deep, you know, kind of Marvin Gaye-ish. That's what I thought it was Marvin Gaye when I first heard it. Obviously, it's not. Or Barry White. You know, you're there, aren't you? You know? But, yeah, let's pull it back and carry on a bit.
Someone to understand you like I do. You'll never find the rhythm, the rhyme, all the magic we shared, just us two. Oh, I'm not trying to make you stay, baby, but I know somehow, someday, some way you are gonna miss my loving. You're 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 gonna miss my love. Oh, late in the midnight hour, baby, when it's cold outside, you're gonna miss my love.
It's kind of a goodbye song saying you're going to miss my love. But the story is never about what happened. It's just about that person saying, that man, him, or whoever it is, I suspect it's from a male perspective, saying, you'll never find someone who's tender like me, loves you like I do, cares like I do. But it never talks about any bitterness of a breakup. It just says, this is me and you're going to miss me. But the music, you can hear that sort of Motown funk crossover to that disco era, right? It's catchy, simplistic. Obviously not simplistic music, but it's easy to listen to. It's not complex in that way. No, it's not complicated. It's complex because there's good music in there, but it's not complicated. And I like that. And I liked it as a kid. And I often think to myself, is it because my dad liked it? And that's why I'll revisit it now. And I still like it. It's got a good song. You know, I could put my John Travolta jeans on and do a bit of dancing to this if I could dance, which I can't. But yeah, it's just great. And we'll come to the songwriters in a moment, and who they influenced and who they collaborated with and what that all means to music today that's coming out in R&B. Yeah.
You'll never find another love like mine, someone who needs you like I do. You'll never see
I'm just looking at the lyrics, guys. That's what I'm enjoying.
what you found in me. You keep searching and searching your whole life through. Oh, I don't wish you no bad luck, baby, but there's no ifs and buts, or maybe you're gonna miss my loving. I know you're gonna miss my
Great song, and I was kind of smiling to myself because I was thinking, The Equalizer, when the guys are with Denzel in the warehouse, and they think it's him, and he's Gladys Knight and the Pips. I was a Pip. It's got that beautiful beat, hasn't it? You can imagine it in that early disco sound. Yeah, but written by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, both born in the 40s, Philadelphia. They formed the Philadelphia label. So influential. They've worked with the likes of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, the OJs, Lou Rawls, Billy Paul. Millions of albums sold. Number of artists have influenced a whole generation of music they help influence and create, you could argue. And yeah, so, Backstabbers and songs like that, Love Train. Yeah, it was That's Love of Money. There's just great songs that you should know if you listen to music. Generally, I think like we do, guys, that's you guys, the audience, the viewers. I think the amount of different songs, just like Bugs vs. Winty's like talking about Blue Oyster Cult real in depth. I ask him for a song, he comes back with this saying, you don't get voices like this anymore. So we go from Blue Oyster Cult to this, and I think that's what you guys are. I love this, and I think I'm going to go and look at Harold Melvin and the OJs and Gladys Knight, but all in due course, guys. We've got plenty of time to do this journey. If you put your recommendations in, I'll get them out there as best I can. With my limited understanding, sometimes I'll share it, and we all talk about it in the comments. So what a lovely song. What a lovely memory. Yeah. Lou Rawls, 1976. You'll never find another love like mine. I'm Alan. This is Alan Reacts. Take care. See you soon.